Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel for another video today. Happy Tuesday after Labor Day. I hope that you had an amazing Labor Day off with your family and got to do some fun stuff. We actually went to our final pool day of the 2024 season. Our community pool that we joined this year did like a Labor Day cookout, end of the season type thing. And so we went to that, me and the kids and some friends of ours, and we had a ball. So I hope that you guys had a great Labor Day as well. So today I actually have an update for you guys on all things Zepbound Mounjaro over the course of the past, I guess, week since I last updated you guys. I did meet with my nutritionist last week. We had our first initial Zoom call. So I'm going to kind of update you guys on that. And then just a few other things, because it's been a weird couple of weeks for ever since I started this vial. It's been weird. So I have that, my tirzepatide, my compounded tirzepatide here. And I was going to show you, I mean, it looks the same as every other vial that I've had. So this one, it says that it was filled on the 29th of July, and the bud date on it is October 27th. So made on the 29th of July. So this is the one that I'm currently on. It's not been open for that long. I was a little while ahead or whatever, as you guys know. So this one was I've only done 2 weeks of this one. So I still have, it's a lot more than what it looks like in there. And then I have another one that does look slightly different. So I don't know, maybe they changed something, but this one actually, this one is in this, it's still sealed because I haven't used this one yet, but this one is in the bigger style. And this one says that it was filled on, or it was made on the 13th of August, and the bud date is November 11th of 2024. Now, the reason I'm showing you these is because they do look different, as you can see. I'm not sure if they changed anything, but this vial has been very strange for me. And let me explain. So I mentioned last week that pretty much when I take the shot, the past, I guess it would be 3 times now, the next day I have this really strange metally burning sensation on my tongue. And that is different for me. That is new. That is a symptom or side effect that I have never had previously. And it's only happened with this vial. Another thing that I've kind of picked up on is that every morning, I don't know if this definitely coincides with this vial, but it's been the past, I would say, month. I have been really nauseous in the morning, to the point where I can't even drink my morning coffee, or I just have all this excess saliva. Sorry if that's TMI. I keep spitting. I'm feeling nauseous, sour on my stomach, whatever. And that's been pretty much every morning. I would say since the kids went back to school is when I started noticing it. And that definitely does coincide with this vial. So am I definitely saying that this vial was bad? No, I don't know. It was filled with it has a reasonable date on it, which is why I showed you guys that. This is the first time that I've experienced those 2 side effects together on the compounded tirzepatide, and definitely in a very long time. I had stomach sourness and stuff like that back on the pen a while ago, but this vial has been odd for me. So I wanted to mention that because y'all know I keep it straightforward here. But with that being said, I also did do a weigh-in for you guys. So today's actually Tuesday, the day that you're watching this. As I'm filming, I meant to film this Thursday and get it up on Friday, but I ended up getting a little bit sick. I don't know if you can tell my voice is a little bit hoarse. My throat hurt a little bit. I think the kids were sick as well. So not only did I have this metally raw taste in my mouth, I also had a sore throat. So I just didn't feel up to talking to a camera this weekend, so I put it off. But I weighed in on Thursday morning, and that was actually the day of my appointment with my nutritionist as well. And I weighed 162 pounds. So when I look back on my notes and what I weighed when I started compounded tirzepatide, which was in March when the shortages got really bad, and then I made the switch to orderly, I weighed 172 to 174 pounds at that time. So since starting the compounded in March, it's now early September, I've lost another 10 to 12 pounds without necessarily trying, just kind of naturally that amount of weight fell off. So let me put this back in the refrigerator. I tell you this because that is all information that I wanted to be sure that I told the nutritionist. So I was giving you a bit of a context and a bit of a background on what I went into the appointment with and what I told her up front. So essentially I had kept some notes. Let me see if I can find them here, of what I ate for, it was about 2 weeks. Yeah, so I have like all my meals for about 2 weeks, everything that I ate in a day, and I tried to keep track of calories, but I'm just not very good at that. It's just something that I've mentioned before, just kind of messes with my mental health, and so I didn't do that to a T, but I kept a list kind of what I'm eating so that she could get an idea of the types of things that I was eating. And then I also kind of took all of my notes that I've compiled pretty much since I started Mounjaro and how my Mounjaro journey has gone over the course of the past 2 years and what my trends are as far as weight loss, so that I could present her with all of that information so that she could get, you know, the best picture of what she was dealing with. So we sat down and we had a Zoom call, and she was actually really sweet, but she gave me some advice that I was not necessarily expecting. I wasn't expecting for her, you know, sometimes even my own doctor, sometimes I'll talk to him and he'll be like, well, how long are you gonna stay on the medicine? Because he is not necessarily yet convinced that everybody will have to be on it forever. He thinks that, you know, your body goes through this process, and once you reset your body, there's a lot of data in the nutritional world about resetting your set point and all of that, that you should, in theory, if you've developed good habits, be able to go off of the medicine and continue on with life living the same way as you did on the medicine. So my doctor would say, when are you going to go off of the medicine or whatever? And so I was kind of expecting her to be in that boat, but she wasn't. So you guys know that I've been on this sort of lowering my dosage journey the past like month or so. And since I did that, I've actually lost another 6 pounds. And she actually steered me against that. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you what her thought process was. My voice is still a little messed up, so I want to make sure I keep wet the whistle. Is that what they say? I don't know. Wet the whistle? Wet the willy? Something. Y'all know. Okay. So, her thought process was that since I, you know, she had the full picture, since I have always been a pretty high responder and somebody that would respond quickly every time doses was changed, every time I switched my meals, every time I did anything, specifically while on Zepbound Mounjaro, I would respond pretty quickly, and I would either, like, I'm not somebody that typically plateaued, because as soon as I switched something up, the weight would start to fall off again. And so what she thinks is happening is I'm actually losing weight because I switched things up. Because I lowered my dosage and it gave my body, I mean, she said sometimes the science of it doesn't necessarily make sense to what you would think. Kind of like the thought process on people that think they need to eat 1,200 calories a day, but then they eat 1,500 calories for a couple of weeks and they end up losing more weight than they did on 1,200. So she said sometimes it doesn't necessarily make sense, but in your logical mind, but your body responds differently to different things and to changing things or whatever. So she said that just by making the change to my medication, I actually tricked my body into losing more weight. So her focus was not on me lowering my dosage of Zepbound or tirzepatide. It's actually on just eating more food. So she figured up that I'm eating an average of about 1,400 calories a day. She wants me to be closer to 1,800 to 1,900 calories a day. Now, again, my meeting with her was on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I've not changed anything because I was sick and I just needed to sort of recover. I would say that I probably ate that amount yesterday just because of the like cookout food that I had. at the pool, and then we had hamburgers and stuff for dinner for Labor Day. So I think I met that goal yesterday, and I'm gonna try to today. Now, we talked through my like mental health anxiety issues with strictly restricting calories, and so or counting calories or meticulously counting anything. So we're not doing that. She suggested again that I start to increase throughout the day a few more calorie dense snacks. So a Greek yogurt. She really actually said she likes those Nature's Bounty or something, the fig bars that I buy from Sam's Club. She said that those are actually really good. They're like 200 calories a bar. Even like, I can't eat peanut butter, but she did recommend like a few peanut butter crackers, peanut butter and a banana, stuff like that. Just some more nutritionally dense, but also calorie dense snacks throughout the day so that I can meet that calorie goal by the end of the day. And she also suggested me eating smaller, more frequent meals, because when I eat a larger meal, I end up filling up, and then I don't want to eat for several hours, and then I don't meet my calorie goal. So it pretty much, I left the meeting feeling like it was a bit of just a slight tweak or a slight shift that needed to happen on how often I was eating and how much I was eating, not necessarily what I'm eating or the amount of tirzepatide that I'm taking. She actually said that she has found that people who take 7.5 to 10 is actually like the maintenance dose she's seeing most people taking, because once their body releases all of the weight, once their hormone levels stabilize and their body releases all of the weight that it needs to, that amount is sort of where she's seeing a lot of her patients sort of flatten out, and then they won't lose weight anymore. So she did not want me to keep decreasing at this point. And my doctor has kind of just turned it over to her for now. So I'm going to be meeting with her once a month, and I'm going to be weighing in and going over everything with her and how I'm doing and all of that. So for reference, my tirzepatide is 75 units for 15 milligrams. So she recommended staying on 10 milligrams for right now is where we're gonna go, which should be 50. So I'm gonna have to do the exact math before my next shot day, but I actually think that it's a slight increase from the 45 that I was doing, but still it's about where I'm at. So she doesn't want me to further decrease my dosage at all. And I agree with her. I found that as I was lowering, because I did a pretty drastic lowering from 60 units to 45 units, and I noticed a pretty big difference in like several things. Like I was having more bathroom issues. I was actually having diarrhea. I was getting hungry more often, but then when I would try to eat, I would get nauseous. I just think that shift so quickly wasn't good for my body. And it's just a constant thing right now of trying to figure it out, and the nutritionists, the doctors, the patients, everybody trying to figure out how to go about maintenance, because you're just now seeing this, as she was saying, this group of people who has lost the weight that they want to lose, and they are entering into their maintenance journey. And so, you know, they figured out how to lose the weight on Mounjaro, but now we all are trying to figure out what the best method and dosage and all of that for maintenance is. So that's a bit of a recap. So going forward for the next month, I guess, I'm going to be on the 10 milligram dosage. So I'm gonna have to math in my head and figure out the units for that, which really shouldn't be hard. And then I am supposed to be adding 1 to 2, preferably 2 more calorie dense snacks in throughout the day. And that is including, or not including, the breakfast that I added. So I need to add breakfast consistently every day, plus an additional 2 snacks. And she does realize that will probably make my lunches and dinners slightly smaller, but with it being a calorie dense snack, it still should kind of work out. So that is my little update for today. I wanted to kind of tell you guys what she said and how I'm feeling about it. I'm feeling optimistic. Like I said, was 162 this morning. I just don't want to get much lower. And that's just a personal preference that I have. And I know that there have been people in my comment section that are like, oh, your body probably wants to let go of 10 to 15 more pounds. And while I do understand that, I don't want my body to. So it's just kind of, again, this tweaking process that we're trying to figure out. But I am very glad that I met with her and that we talked and that my doctor recommended her. I've always said that the best way to get the information that you need is to talk to a trusted healthcare professional. While I've always said on this journey, you need to have a doctor that is on your side and that you can talk to about everything and will make the best decisions for you and will actually take the time to listen to you. And I'm so glad that I took my own advice and started with a doctor who's just so great and listens to everything that I have to say, always. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. There's a little update for you guys. I have a list here of videos that I'm going to be filming for this week, and I've got a pretty good little topic thing for this week. So stay tuned. I think that there are going to be some interesting, thought-provoking conversations in our comment section this week. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, let me know down below what you did for Labor Day. I would love to hear it. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday. Have a great day, guys.